So let's start standing. For those of you who are hidden, part of the whole community thing is it was nice to see you, you know, your face and stuff. I understand, and maybe folks haven't had a shower and whatnot, or if you haven't brushed your teeth, I wouldn't know anyway, so it doesn't really, you know. And I can't, my vision is going, so if you didn't brush your hair, I wouldn't really know either, so. And if you smell bad, I can't smell you, so there's nothing, no reason to hide. But unless you don't want to be on TV. All right, so. And you don't, if anybody, you should also know, if you don't know this, because I'm sure you've all have checked, but you, because you show yourself to the screen, you don't get recorded and you're not part of the live class either. So it's just me, unfortunately. All right, empty coat sleeves. And since we're in the comfort of our own homes, we can breathe a little more vigorously without concern. Inhale through your nostrils, exhale to the side. One, two, three, and come back. Eyes closed. Stand relaxed. Open your eyes, inhale the arms up overhead, spread your fingers nice and wide. Make a gentle fist as you exhale, pull your elbows down. We'll move into this very slowly. One, two, three. Head rolls around the shoulders. Other way. Back to the center, inhale the arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, palms press up. Step your feet together. And lean to your left. Inhale back to the center, exhale, lean to your right. Inhale back to the center, twist to the left. Inhale back to the center, twist to the right. Inhale to center, exhale, lean left. Inhale back to the center, lean right. And press your palms. Inhale back to the center, look up. Exhale back to the horizon. Take another breath in. Inhale, twist left. Inhale back to the center, twist right. Inhale back to the center, look up. Exhale, hinge from your waist, lift the palms towards the TV. Look at your fingers. Good, bend your knees, hands to knees. Circle your knees. I can't hear them, but I can imagine all the snaps, crackles, and pops going on, and go the other way. Good, back to the center, and bow your knees out away from each other. Make a big circle. And reverse those circles. Good, and come back with your hands to your hips. Bring your left, come up onto the ball of your left foot and circle your knee around your ankle. This is called doe in. This is a warm-up exercises for martial arts or qigong or the internal energy arts. Go the opposite way. Good, and shake out your foot a little bit. Switch sides. And go the other way. Good, and shake out your foot a little. And come back to the center. Good, hands down by your side. Ocean breath. Connect to the ocean sounding Ujjayi breath by constricting your glottis in the back of your throat. Bring your hands to your hips, step your feet out a little wider. Make sure you have good footing, so if you have socks on, it's best to take them off so you don't slip. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, the right hand down, left arm extends up and over. Take a breath in. Another breath in. One more breath in. Hold. Hold here. Good. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale it down to the opposite knee. Right arm reaches up. Take a breath in. Another breath. One more. Hold. Good. Inhale up, back over to the other side. One more time on each side. Good. Let your body relax. There's a lot of tension in the left side right now. Take a breath in and feel that tension softening. Not through effort, by allowing. One more breath in. Good, and release. Come up, switch sides. Breathe in. Exhale. Good, and release and come up, hands to hips. Step your feet back together. Start with small circles, straight legs. Small circles the other way. And then widen the feet out a little bit and make the circles slower and bigger. Find the edge of your rotation. Back the other way. By keeping the legs straight, you're isolating your hip flexors and the sides of your hips, but not so straight that it creates pain. Good, come back to the center and then sway your hips from side to side a little bit. And come back up. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale the arms up overhead, dive forward. Then come down onto your knees. Inhale, arch your back, cow stretch, lift your chin. Exhale, round cat. Move to the pace of your own breath, in sync with your breath. Walk the knees out to the edge of your mat, the feet closer together. Take a breath in, exhale, child's pose. Good. Inhale forward onto your elbows. Come down onto your belly. Into puppy. Tops of your feet press into the mat. Press your chest away from the ground. Cross your right hand in front of your chest, so the right hand is behind your left elbow. Bend your left knee up, reach back, and grab the top of your left foot. Keep your chest pressed away from the floor. Quad stretch. Good, release. Left arm crosses in front of the chest. Switch to the other side. Good, and release. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your elbows in. Press back up to table. Hands to your hips. Step your right foot forward. Feel the opening in the front of your left hip flexor. Have some kind of cushion underneath your left knee or roll your mat over. So you can think of this as a low lunge, a knee on the ground lunge. And then shift your weight forward so your left foot can come up off the ground. Reach back with your left hand and grab your left heel. If this doesn't work for you, you can modify by sitting back on your heels. You can have your fingers tented in front of you to open the knees and the top of the quads, or you can sit back on your heels, which will put a little more pressure in your quads. Or So it's the same basic thing that we're doing by grabbing one foot with one hand or both. We're just doing it one leg at a time. Good, and release, curl the back foot under, tense your fingers, lift the left knee away from the floor, lunge. Hips can slide from side to side, or find some other movement in your lunge to feel the edges of it. Left knee returns to the floor, back to table. Hands to your hips. Left foot forward. Feel the opening in the front of your right hip flexor. You can also bring your elbows to your front knee. Good. The energy and the balance that's required to drop your elbows onto your front knee makes the right foot a little lighter. So eventually the right foot can come up off the floor. You can drop the right hand down. You can reach back with your left hand and grab your foot. All different variations, ways to play. Remember, the modification for this is to sit back on your heels with your hands on the ground. So the hands are taking some of the weight of your body, or you can bring your hands up to your thighs. Good. Tense your fingers on either side of your feet. Curl the back foot under. Press the right knee away from the floor, lunge. And play with the edges of your lunge. Step forward, hang over your toes, forward fold. Slight knee bend. Back to your breath. Feel the weight of your head. Roll it up. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale the palms to the center of your chest. Rest here. Inhale the arms up overhead, lift and look up. Exhale, step the right foot back. Arms out to the side. Reverse triangle. Let your body soften with each breath. Arms level off back to the horizon. Bend the front knee. Shift the spine back towards your right foot so you know it's straight, warrior two. You can turn and look out over your middle finger, off the inside of your left shoulder. Good, drop your left hand down onto your left knee. Reach the right arm up, take a breath in. Exhale, drop the elbow down onto your left knee. Extended side angle, long through the whole right side. Feel the middle of your back, reach the middle of your back behind you, like you're trying to touch the left side of your mat. It'll push your pelvis and your right hip flexor towards the right side of your mat. Good, back to warrior two, straighten your front leg, reverse triangle again, as a means to rest coming out of that asana. Good, inhale the right arm up, palms come together, square your left foot off. Exhale the arms down to the side, turn your right foot out. Reverse triangle. Warrior two. Squeeze the soles of your feet and your toes into the floor. Reverse warrior. Good, release back to warrior two. Take a breath in. Right hand drops down to the knee, left arm reaches up. Take another breath in. Exhale, slide the elbow down on top of the right thigh, extended side angle. Good, in, release to lunge. Step back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Good, in, release to child's pose. Or hero. You can sit back on your heels. Inhale up back through table, walk the knees out a little wider for stability, hands come up to your hips. Curl your toes under. Open your chest. And then switch your hands, so turn your hand around so your thumbs are pointing forward and your fingertips reach back towards your sacrum on both sides. Fingertips touch, pinkies touch, ring finger touches. Draw your elbows together. It's a modified camel. Look up. Good, drop the chin back to the horizon. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale forward. Curl the toes under, press up to downward dog. Let's go through that sequence again. Inhale to table. Hands to your hips. Thumbs forward, pinkies, index, whatever fingers you can touch together on your sacrum, do it. Draw your elbows a little closer together. If there's another camel variation that you prefer to go express it differently, please do. Draw the shoulder blades together. Lift and look up. Open the front of your hip flexors, beautiful. Good. Exhale, slowly release. Through table. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Curl your toes under. Press up to downward dog. Good. Release to your knees. Big toes touch. Back to child's pose. Bend your arms. Rest easily. Long lower back. Good. Walk the hands forward, back to table. Walk the knees back under the body. Neutral spine. Curl your toes under. Shift your weight back towards your heels and press to downward dog. Let the heels relax towards the floor. They don't have to touch. Walk forward. Come to the top of your mat, hand in a forward fold. Belly towards your thighs, ribs towards your thighs, long spine down your legs. Bend your knees, roll up. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms come to the center of your chest. Close your eyes, rest here. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands down by your side, behind you. Interlace your fingers. Release your index fingers. Stand straight and tall. Shoulder blades come together. Walk to the top of your mat. Look straight ahead. Take a breath in. Exhale, step back onto the ball of your left foot. Bend into the right knee. Take a breath in. Exhale. Begin to draw your right shoulder towards the inside of your right knee. Pinkies towards the ceiling. Good. Drop your left heel down to the floor and come up. Release the arms, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Left hand grabs the front of your right hip. Reach your right hand over the back of your left shoulder. Square your right foot off. Turn your left foot out. Bend into your right knee. Left knee, rather. Left knee. Opposite knee. Opposite side. Warrior two. Right hand reaches behind you to find the front of your left hip. Grab the opposite arm to opposite shoulder. Pull the elbow down in front of you and behind you. Firm up your back leg. Good turn, so you can come up and balance on the ball of your back foot. Reach the arms behind you, interlace your fingers. Draw the thumbs and knuckles away from your sacrum. Hinge the left shoulder towards the inside of your left knee. Straighten your back leg. Find lunge. Step back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Drop the knees to the floor, child's pose, or Vajrasana. And slide forward onto your belly. Roll over onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and begin to rock from side to side. And then let your rocking come to stillness. Keep your knees hugged into your chest. You drop both feet to the floor. Then cross your left ankle below your right ankle below your left knee. Arms out to the side. T position. Fingertips touch the floor. Take a breath in. And roll onto the outside of your left hip. You inhale back to center. Take figure 4 by interlacing the fingers behind the back of your left thigh, below your left knee, or you can drop the right heel down towards the crease in your leg and reach the arms over the right shin. Or straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling, grab your big toe, good. Release your left foot down to the floor, right foot back down to the floor. Rest here for a moment. Left foot crosses over the right knee. Arms out to the side in T position. Fingertips touch the floor. Roll onto the outside of your right hip. And release onto your back. Find the back of your right thigh or other variation that works for you this morning. Release your feet together. Interlace your fingers. Rock a little from side to side. Settle back to the middle. So you have a couple options here as you begin to rock yourself a little bit left to right. You can get into half shoulder stand or plow or both. But as you drop your elbows down to the floor, you're going to have to create a little momentum so you can lift your sacrum up off the floor to support your lower back with your hands. Be mindful not to press any weight on the back of your neck. Release whenever you're ready or drop towards plow. And slowly come back. Hug your knees into your chest. And rock again from side to side. And you can come into your rest now or join us for a brief sleeping tiger. Back flat, thighs perpendicular to the floor, shins parallel or a little higher. Eyes relaxed and closed, chin slightly tucked. Hands on below your belly button. Second chakra. release from the posture by crossing your ankles or drawing the soles of your feet together. Feet return to the floor, knees widen out. Rest and feel. And finally, straighten your legs out onto the floor for your final rest. Put it all down. Let it go. Take a moment to honor the feeling that we've tapped into together. As you begin to bring yourself slowly back out of your deep rest. And find a little movement to stir. Find one side to roll over to and rest for a couple of breaths before you sit back up. Keep letting go. It's okay for the effects of your Shavasana to linger. You know, one of the things in the beginning of this whole HIVE experiment was, can the transmission of yoga happen over this medium? And I think after 100 days, I was already convinced, but I'm more convinced that I was. And I think at the beginning of the 100 days, it was, you know, could we do something to transmit, you know, the Roots to Wings vibe over this medium? And I think what I've learned in this last 100 days is a more embodied feeling that it's actually, the transmission is always there. It's just we're connecting to it together. And so it's nothing that I'm doing or that Beth or anybody and the other teachers is actually doing. They don't have the transmission and they give it to somebody. But it's all of us together, the transmission is there and it happens for all of us. And so that was interesting to experience that Shavasana this morning. It was a different quality of Shavasana than the quick ones that we usually get on the HIVE. So I'm very grateful to see all of you this morning. I hope you have a lovely weekend and rest of the day. In honor of what you feel in this moment, share it Om together to close our time together. Breathe out and take a full breath in. Bow to your inner knowing, your inner teacher. Bow to the earth. And bow to all of you. Thank you. Namaste. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
You bet. Oh, you guys can unmute yourselves. Good.